Is doing great wherever you are watching this from. Just give you a round of applause for watching. How cheesy am I? So let me first say that if you're watching me on YouTube, go ahead and hit the bell and follow me so that you get an alert whenever I go live. And it's been an interesting Monday already, and it's so interesting because we have weekly topics within the Staffless Solutions, Staffless Practice world. Every week we focus on a specific topic, and this week we're focusing on Practice Alliance leads. And who are your Practice Alliance leads? They're the people in your community who are already serving your perfect practice member. And the goal is to turn them from leads to loves, right? And they're your pals, your Practice Alliance leads. And all of the calls that I had this morning with my one-on-one clients, that we were all of it was about Practice Alliance leads, because that's where the energy for Staffless Practice community is going this week. It's so cool to see how not only does that happen in practice, like if I'm focused on, let's say in my office or in my personal life, I'm focused on getting a new wardrobe, and I want new clothes, and I want clothes that I feel really great and sassy in. That week, I'll attract 5 new practice members who are just the best dressed people, right? So whatever the energy is that I'm putting out, it's always what I bring back in my practice. And it's happening with Staffless Practice Academy, which is also really cool. So I want to talk about Practice Alliance leads. Who are they? What are they? I'm also going to remind you that in the description of this video, there is a free resource for you to grab the template for Practice Alliance leads. And if you sign up for the resource, I even show you how to use the template and implement it. So your first thing you want to do is you want to think about, or I want to think about, who's already serving my perfect practice member. Where are they going? Where do they do their yoga classes? Where do they go for their OBGYN appointments? Where do they go for their doula services, depending on who your perfect practice member is? And once I have a clear picture of all of those details, of the stores, the practitioners, the providers, the clubs, all of the things in my community where my perfect practice member is already showing up and checking out services, that becomes my list of Practice Alliance leads. It's not rocket science, you guys, right? So the first thing we need to do is get super clear on who it is that we want to be serving. And I know, there are a lot of people who say, well, I don't want to hone it down to one kind of person or one type of person. But if the clearer we get with the universe, if we put a vacuum out there and the vacuum says, this is for this type of person to fill in, right? It's going to be so much easier. There's going to be so much more direction, and it's going to be so much more streamlined. So get very detailed with perfect practice member stuff. The second thing I'm going to say is, once you know who your perfect practice member is, that's when you go find the people who are already serving her, right? That becomes your list of people to reach out to. And what do you do when you reach out to them? That's really important, because most of us just pick up the phone and verbally vomit all over people, and that's just not the way to do it. So the way to do it is, you call them up and you say, hey, Dr. Jones, I keep hearing your name in my office. Your name keeps coming up. Apparently, you are the person for pediatric and prenatal physical therapy. I happen to be a pediatric and prenatal chiropractor. I want to learn more about how your services can support my practice members. That's it. Can I take you to lunch on Tuesday? Chances are Dr. Jones is waiting for that call. So pick up the 3,000-pound phone. Make the call. Do not make it about you, because it's not about you. I haven't been in practice for over 21 years because it's been about me. I've been in practice for over 21 years because it's been about the people that I serve on these tables. I think about, I look at these tables, right? Take a look at my tables. These tables have served thousands and thousands and thousands of practice members. Over 20, that's how long I've had these tables. So I think about, you know those movies where you see the day turn into night, the night turn into day, the day turn into night, the night turn into day. And when I look at these tables, that's what I think of. All of the people who have come and go and come and go and come and go and come and go. How did I reach those people? How did I give them great care? Was my first service of the day just as sharp as my last service of the day? Am I checking all the boxes so that when I pick up the phone to reach out to my Practice Alliance lead, I not only feel authentic with saying, I keep hearing your name, we got to get together, we got to connect because we've got work to do for our town, our city, our state, our country, our world, to get these people better and to help them wake up and to help them smell the latte of wellness and life and vitality. That's literally what I say when I call my Practice Alliance leads. The truth is that I probably wouldn't call them. The truth is what I would probably do is I would probably send like a beautiful plant, or I would send one of my what we call car kits in the Joy-Filled Practice book. If you haven't gotten the book, please get it. I would send a car kit over. I'd have one of my assistants send over a car kit, and these are like 20-year-old college kids who love working for me. And maybe a few car kits with a tray of organic cookies. And I'd have a written note to the doctor or the provider or the owner or the manager saying, we got to get together because I keep hearing your name. And I got to know how we can better serve our community. And either it's a fit or it's not. Either it's the puzzle piece that's missing for your puzzle or it's not. You can't force it. You're not going to get the Cinderella shoehorn and try to force that foot into the slipper that just doesn't fit. It's either a fit or it's not. And if it is, awesome. You nourish the dickens out of these relationships. If it's not, next. Because there's another OBGYN practice. There's another yoga studio. There's another one right behind it that's waiting for that 300-pound collar, that tray of cookies. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Are you breathing? Because if you're breathing, they're breathing. The truth is that when we take the time to nurture and self-care and do all of our anchors and rituals and make sure that our corner is cleaned up and make sure that our gratitude list is shining and make sure for me that I'm going to the gym and I'm walking the puppy and I'm hanging out with my best friend who's my husband. And as long as I'm doing all of those things, the rest is cake, right? We got to get our ducks in an order to show people how to get their ducks in an order. If there's an incongruency there, please hear me say this. If there's an incongruency there, it will come back and smack you in the ass over and over and over again. I've experienced it many times. In fact, I still experience it on a daily basis. I'm still falling down and getting back up and figuring it out all over again. It starts with your Practice Alliance leads. It starts with having the right people in the community who know what you do and know how beautiful and wonderful you are and how gifted you are. But first, it's you listening to them. Tell me how you can serve my clients because I keep hearing your name. And let them tell you, right? Here's the thing. I say that a lot, but this really is the thing. The thing is that nobody ever listens to anybody. So be the person that listens. Be the person that invites Dr. Smith to coffee or to tea or to lunch or to life, to the practice, to experience an adjustment or a massage or whatever your gift is. Be the person who listens, who's in the receiving, who's listening and ready to catch the energy. Because so many providers need that. So maybe you can be that for your Practice Alliance leads. And maybe that is all they need to feel. It's a lot different for them to feel how wonderful you are than for them to hear about how wonderful you are. Let them feel it. And what's more powerful than listening to them? When was the last time somebody listened to you really, really well? Talk about your practice and how wonderful you are. Give them that opportunity. That's how you connect with your leads. Okay? I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope that today is wonderful for you and I'm loving you from